I woke up in the middle of the night, but I must have still been dreaming. Everything was dark, and I sleep with my door shut. This time it wasn't latched, so it could open by just a little push. I hear distant running, like someone jogging towards my door. It sounded oddly human, but I reasoned it was my cat. I hear something shuffle outside my door and saw the door slowly move open with a thud. It's very dark, but I see it slowly opening up. At this point, I'm still not scared, and I naturally thought it was my cat walking in and pushing open the door, and I called out to her quietly. I waited a few seconds, and it's quiet. I hear a very eerie meow, like a man-animal hybrid was trying to imitate my cat. It was the strangest thing. I felt my heart sink, and I suddenly hear a deep demonic voice growling and speaking strange words. As this happened, I feel myself being sucked into my bed and being unable to move. I can feel many hands pushing my arms down, and I kid you not, demonic laughter and little girls giggling, like in ghost movies. I could not see anything, but there was whispers and a very creepy, distant droning sound. My heart was beating so fast, and I could feel the adrenaline surging through my arms. I woke up and it was all gone, but still pitch black, just like my dream. I don't know exactly if it was a dream or not. It may not sound scary, but the amount of fear you experience is unlike anything I ever have. You are alone, and you are meeting what seems to be Satan himself. You can feel a sense of pure evil that would crush the strongest man. This dream definitely made me more fearful of ghosts and paranormal things. I've had my share of experiences with sleep paralysis. By far the most terrifying instance was when I was in my college dorm. It was a traditional room style, so my bed was on the right side of the room and my roommate's on the left. It had taken me by surprise at first, but then it calmed down a bit once it realized it was sleep paralysis. So it was dark in the scene. The only thing lighting the room was a thin sliver of light that came from the hallway through the bottom opening of the door. I was sleeping in the scene and then woke up suddenly, as if from a nightmare. I tried catching my breath and collect myself and go back to it. Sleep. And once I put my head down, my heart sank when I heard sudden heavy breathing. And I looked over at my roommate, thinking it was him, and put my head down again, but it kept getting closer and louder. In my uneasiness, I scanned the room with my eyes, only to see a tall, shadowy figure in the right corner, and it began laughing hysterically in a distorted and demonic fashion. I tried to scream and yell for my roommate, but I had no voice. A sudden force then laid me flat on my bed, and no matter how much I tried to get up, I couldn't. I peer and watch the figure jump onto my roommate and literally and brutally tear him limb from limb. I tried to avert my gaze, but it made me watch. I can still remember the sound of my friend choking on his own blood as he was devoured alive. Realizing this was likely a sleep paralysis experience, I tried to collect myself and kept saying it's almost over, but the figure now looking at me, slowly approaching my stiff body, began touching my still face with its bloody, wretched, bony fingers. It licked my cheek and started screaming things. Inside my ear, while surrounding laughter crushed my body, and before it could escalate, it was over. Literally, one of the most nightmarish experiences I've ever had. I have chronic sleep paralysis. I know when I have it by now, but the last 2 times, including just the other night, I've been seeing something quite disturbing. The first time I saw it, it was about 2 months ago. I was experiencing some sleep paralysis, and I was aware. But in my doorway, in my peripheral vision, I saw something that appeared to be a person with long hair and a white dress. I couldn't make out the face. I was able to move my head and look right at it, but my eyelids were so heavy I couldn't really make it out. I was caught between sleep and awake, but I swear it was a woman in white standing in my doorway. Finally, the paralysis went away, and I jumped up with a start. Nothing was there. I felt like I just had a 20-minute staring contest with the ring monster girl in my bedroom. Fast forward to last night, I thought about her before going to bed. I am keeping an eye on the spot she appeared last time, and as I get really close to falling asleep, I open my eyes, and there she is. I'm not experiencing paralysis yet, but it's hard to move, so she remains in my peripheral. But I know in my mind she is there, and I don't want to be in this room with her. So finally, I muster the strength to wake up and pull myself out from under the covers, and I shout at the top of my lungs and point her out. But nothing is there. The most vivid part I remember is a car passed by, and the light came through the window, and I saw her pretty clearly, and I saw the flashes in her eyes too, but I still couldn't make out her face.